Achoo! It's freezing cold here in my room, but it's not winter here. There's like no season in Malaysia. Yo, what's up and what's going on, guys? This is Banco back with a video on the channel, and today I'm going to be crafting one of the new item that just got added on the last update. And this item is quite an icy item, but this item is actually quite useless. From just looking at it, you know that it's useless. But I'll be the guy who spent money on stupid stuff just to show it to you guys. Don't worry, I got you, buddy. So the item that I'll be crafting today is, if you go to collection, go to mining ice, and then as you can see, there is this thing called the Frozen Scythe. Just from looking at this, you can tell that it's really garbage. Look at that damage. What the heck is that damage? And there's not even like strength or critical damage on this thing. It's just the ability that's quite interesting. And that, we're gonna talk about that later. So if you click on it, as you can see, the recipe, it will cost you about 1 stack of enchantment pack ice and then 2 sticks. It is not that expensive, but if you buy ice from the merchant at the shop there, at the spawn, it'll cost you about slightly more than 1.5 mil. So I actually got the items here already. I usually don't do this. I actually record once, but the clip corrupted, so God bless me. So yeah, I got the spicy Frozen Scythe here. And as you can see, it only gives you plus 80 damage compared to AOTE, which gives you 100 damage and 100 strength originally. You can tell that this thing is straight up a trash, a garbage. But before you do that, take a look at the item ability here. So the item ability is called Ice Ball. Shoots one ice ball that deals 100 damage and slows enemy hit for 5 seconds. And it costs 50 mana to activate once. So basically, the most interesting part about this Frozen Scythe is the item ability. So far, I still have no idea of what this ability does. Let's try to shoot a shot here. So let's see how the ability looks like. So if I right click, oh, what the heck? It runs straight without slowing down. I don't see any slowdown, just like the Snow Blaster is slowed down over time. So the distance that the bullet can travel is pretty limited. But for this one, I don't see any slowdown in the speed. Look at that. It goes straight. As far as I can tell, I think it can hit literally anything. It will just run until it hits a wall or something. If not, then it will keep going. Maybe you come back from this way because Minecraft is round. Actually, no, that's Earth, not Minecraft. Minecraft is unlimited. But yeah, let me take out my gas here, which is the training dummy here. I mean, place him down just like that. So we're gonna test this ability on the dummy here. So if I shoot him, boom, 216 damage. That's slightly more than the damage that we're expecting, which is 100 damage. And one thing that I tested is extra damage on the weapons doesn't affect the damage you do with your ability. Which means that even if I add like sharpness or critical on this Frozen Scythe, it won't affect the damage I deal with the ability. So it still do 216 damage for some reason. So you might ask me, why don't you enchant this thing like you always do? I don't see any point enchanting this thing. Look at this. Look at the damage. Like, what's the point of adding it if it's gonna do less than AOTE? That's no point. The only reason why people will make this item, it's either for a flex or for the ability. Because you're not gonna use this as your primary weapon. I would say that this Frozen Scythe will work as a wand, like a magic one or something that slows people or deals aerial damage or both. So one thing that I noticed that's pretty cool is, okay, as you can see, if I shoot him, as you can see, the bullet went through him and stopped right here, which proves what I said. It will keep going until hit a wall, but not a target. So it went through a target. To test that, we're at the graveyard here, and
a few minutes later.
So after testing it for a little bit, as you can see, it doesn't work as an area damage. It works more like a single target items, but the way that it works is very special. As you can see, if I shoot right here, it still kills him, which means that this thing have like a very large radiant of damage kind of stuff. So it's like 1 block or something. As you can see, that still works, even though there's like a 1 block difference between the mob and the place that I'm aiming at. So one thing that I noticed that is very interesting is it shoots through the target, no matter how many targets it is. So for example, let me test it out right here. If I shoot like that, as you can see, 2 of them die. This guy should die as well. I'm not sure why the heck he didn't die. But let me test that again. If I shoot right here like this, as you can see, the bullet was still going until it hits a wall. So if they line up, you can actually kill a lot of birds in one stone. For example, like this. There you go, 3 kills. Well, if this guy have lower HP, of course. So if there's a lot of mobs in an area, you can just use this thing and shoot them. All of them will be damaged and slow. Well, I'm not sure how they're slow. So, okay, observe their speed right now. Okay, this is their speed, and after shooting him, yeah, it's kind of slow. Okay, so for example, if he combos me like this, combo me, it's like pop, pop, pop. Okay, so if I slow them down, it will be pop, 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 pop. It's slightly slower, but it's not the best effect ever. So my best guess for this weapon would be it's made for the winter event. Now I'm not exactly sure how useful it will be for the winter event because I haven't tested it out on the winter event yet. But that's the next thing that I will do. But there's no winter event close to me right now, so I'm sorry I can't test that on this video. But yeah, this thing is actually a pretty fun weapon to play with. But is it worth 1.6 mil? That depends on whether it works on the winter event or not.